Hello guys! A few days ago I made a video about the new Invoked Shaddoll deck with the new support for Shaddoll, and a lot of you guys told me in the comments that I should make a test hand video and show a bit more combos that the deck can do, and yeah, I will do this in this video. Alright, yeah, I always gonna show you a bit that I'm shuffling. Alright, let's see the hand now. Yeah, this hand looks pretty okay. You have a fusion and some Shaddoll monsters and a way to get it to Alistair. The problem is you only have dark fusion, so this will be a bit difficult to make a good combo out of those cards. But let's see what I did there, because I'm talking about this after that. I recorded the video without tone. Alright, the first thing I'm doing for sure, using Meltdown to get to Alistair. The normal Alistair for sure, use Alistair's effect and get the invocation. Now I link away the Alistair for Almirage, so I will get a new link down. Then use invocation and fuse one dark monster and Alistair. You have to banish Alistair because it's from the grave, and Hedgehog comes to the graveyard because it's a dark it's from the hand. So now you will trigger Hedgehog. Keep in mind this will be the only effect if you have Kaliga. You can only use one effect. But if you link him away, you will have more effects. And then search for Squamata. After that, use Invocation and get back Alistair to your hand. And link away Almirage and Kaliga, so you can use monster effects again. Come to Alistair the Meltdown Invoker, then use Invocation again for 2 dark monsters from your hand. So Falco and Squamata for Winder. Then Falco and Squamata will trigger. And also Alistair the Meltdown Invoker will trigger because the fusion monster got summoned into its zone. You can set the chain links as you like. Falco will set itself. Then Squamata will lay into the grave El Shaddoll Fusion as follow-up for the next turn. And also you can discard with Alistair Meltdown Invoker another monster or card. It was a dragon right here, to get to another invocation as follow-up for the next turn. So you will have for the next turn the invocation, an Alistair, a Falco that can set itself or another card, and a Winder that blocks the opponent. It's not the strongest board, but it's alright, I guess. With this hand, it was the only thing you could do. Okay, let's go for another hand. Hope this one is a bit better, because this deck can brick. Alright, that does look way better. We have the Winder, the Wendy, and we have a fusion, and we also have the damage juggler. That's always a good thing, because you can go into construct and have even more follow-up with the damage juggler. So yeah, use the fusion, go into construct, then the Wendy and construct will trigger. You can set the chain links as you like, and send to the Shaddoll Incarnation with Construct, and special with Wendy, the Shaddoll area. Now you have to special summon the head trigger, so you can link your Construct away, that you have it in the grave, and also have the Cloth Sheep. Now you can do your normal combo with the Shaddoll Incarnation that loops the Construct. But first, I'm using here damage juggler to get to another light monster, which is in this case Tricklown. Now banish the trap and the construct to flip the aerial and special summon the construct into the zone the cross sheep points to. Then both cross sheep and also construct will trigger, and special summon back a level 4 lower monster. In this case, it's the head trigger. Now construct will lay into the grave the El Shaddoll fusion, then link away cross sheep and also a head trigger and construct. For the Appaloosa, it has 3 negates because you use 3 monsters. Then construct will trigger and give you back the El Shaddoll fusion. Now you can use the El Shaddoll fusion for the other light target, the Tricklown and the Falco that was also in your hand, and special summon another construct. Then Tricklown will trigger and also Falco and also Construct. I recommend to make Trickclown chaining 3. Those will special summon themselves, and also Construct can lay something from your deck into the grave. You want to lay Hedgehog, so you can search for another Shaddoll monster. It will give you Squamata. Then you can overlay Ariel and your Trickclown for an Abyss Dweller, and also Abyss Dweller will get a boost because Ariel is a water monster, so it's at 2200. Then you can still normal summon, because you haven't used your normal summon yet, and just normal summon the Squamata you searched and link away your Construct and Squamata for Alistair the Meltdown Invoker because it's a dark, and you will get then back the El Shaddoll Fusion, which you can set and use it in the next turn to fuse Meltdown Invoker and Falco into Winder. And then you will have a Winder and also Abyss Dweller and a Falco set and the 3 negates of Appaloosa, which is a pretty cool board, I think. Yeah, this hand is a bit weird because we're not drawn any Shaddoll cards, but it's still playable because also the Invoked engine alone can do some stuff. Normal Alistair and get to another invocation because it's not once per turn. Then link away the Alistair to get another zone into Almirage and use invocation for damage juggler and Alistair and go for a Mechaba. Then you can use the damage juggler in your grave because you fused him from the hand. It won't be banished. It will go to the grave and you can search for, in this case, a head trigger because you need the extender to go into the Meltdown Invoker. And you have no, you don't have a second Mechaba, so you couldn't go for the Trickclown. I'll just link into Meltdown Invoker and use the invocation in the grave to get back the Alistair to your hand. And then use the Alistair and dish him to the grave to push Mechaba, so it will be in the grave when you fusion summon, so it will get banished and you can use the effect of invocation again in the next turn to get back your Alistair. And yeah, fusion those 2 Alistair for the Kaliga because they're both dark. So one is the Alistair, one is the dark monster. Yeah, and you also hard drew the El Shaddoll Fusion and have a Nibiru in the hand, so the Nibiru you can use for sure. Okay, this next hand is pretty great. Always when you have Foolish, it's a pretty good hand, and when you also have then Fusion and an Alistair, it's really good. You start by using Meltdown to search your Alistair, and then with Alistair you search Invocation, just always the same. Then use the El Shaddoll Fusion that we hard drew for Wendy and your Nibiru as the light target for Construct. Then Construct and Wendy will trigger. You can choose the chain links as you like. Send to the graveyard Incarnation with and special summon Ariel. Then link away Construct and Alistair for Cross Sheep, and don't forget to use the effect of El Shaddoll Construct to get back your El Shaddoll Fusion, so you will have it to fuse in your opponent's turn. Then you can use the Construct loop with Shaddoll Incarnation to flip the Ariel to special summon the Construct, and then Cross Sheep and Construct will both trigger. You can send another Shaddoll Incarnation with Construct, and also special summon with Cross Sheep the Winder. Alright, now you link away Wendy and Construct for Alistair the Meltdown Invoker, and don't forget the El Shaddoll Construct to give back you the trap. Yeah, then use Foolish Burial and send to the grave your Hedgehog. And with Hedgehog, you're gonna search for Squamata. Then use your invocation and banish Wendy and also Alistair to special summon your invoked Raijin. Then you can use the effect of Alistair, the Meltdown Invoker. Discard the Squamata to get another invocation. Then Squamata will trigger and send Falco, and Falco, when it gets sent, it will special summon itself and face down defense position. Now link away Cross Sheep and Meltdown Invoker for your Appaloosa. Now it has 2 negates because you used 2 materials. Use the invocation in the grave to get to shuffle it back to get back the Alistair from the banished pile to your hand. Then use the other invocation and fusion summon the Alistair Link monster and also another dark monster, in this case Hedgehog, for your level 4 Kaliga. Now overlay Kaliga and Ariel for Abyss Dweller, and it also has 2200 attack again. Now you will have Falco set and Reshaddoll Incarnation and also El Shaddoll Fusion in your hand, which you can both set. You will also have an Alistair for the next turn or to push a fusion monster. Then in your opponent's turn, you can use Reshaddoll Incarnation to special summon back Construct. Construct will also trigger, and you can send Wendy from your deck into your grave. Then Wendy will trigger and special summon Squamata and face down defense position. Then you can use your El Shaddoll Fusion and fusion summon the Construct and also the Falco into a window. Then Construct and Falco will trigger. You will get back the El Shaddoll Fusion you used, and also Falco will special summon itself in face down defense position. And then you can use Abyss Dweller, the Appaloosa negates, also Raijin. You could push your window if you like with Alistair. So this is a really strong board, was a good hand. Okay, now for the last test hand. Let's see. Yeah, this one is pretty okay. You have Light, you have an Alistair for the fusion, and you also have the Wendy, which is your combo starter, your combo enabler. And your combo starter is Alistair with the fusions. Yeah, normal Alistair, search for the invocation, then use invocation, fusion summon Nibiru and Wendy. Nibiru is the Light for Construct again. Yeah, special Construct. Then Wendy and also Construct will both trigger. You can choose chain links as you like. And then send Reshaddoll Incarnation and also Ariel. Gets special summoned by Wendy. Now link away Construct and also Alistair. Now you shouldn't use the effect of Construct because you want to have the Incarnation in your grave. Now use Incarnation and banish Construct to flip Ariel. And so you can loop the Construct again to special summon it, then Cross Sheep and both Cross Sheep and Construct will trigger. Construct will send the El Shaddoll Fusion, and Cross Sheep will special summon Alistair back from the grave. Now you can overlay Alistair and Ariel for the Abyss Dweller, which has 2200 attack again. Now link away Cross Sheep and Construct for Alistair, the Meltdown Invoker, and also Construct in the grave can give you back your El Shaddoll Fusion. Now you have Reshaddoll Incarnation, El Shaddoll Fusion, and Falco. In the next turn, you can use Reshaddoll Incarnation and summon back your Construct. Now Construct will trigger again. You can lay into the grave Wendy. And right here, I'm doing a mistake. I'm special summoning Squamata, but I should have special summoned the Shaddoll Hedgehog, because now I'm using diffusion and the squamata to go into a window, and then window, the construct, the squamata, and also the meltdown invoker will all trigger. And if this was a squamata, if this wasn't a squamata, if it was a hedgehog, I could also first search with hedgehog and then also discard the same card with meltdown invoker. I just did this wrong in this clip. Just do it like I told you, and yeah, I could just discard like I did it here, the Falco. So yeah, if you want to search and then discard with Alistair the meltdown invoker, he has to be chainlink 1 and the other one has to be chainlink 2. So you can search first with your hedgehog and then discard with meltdown invoker. Alright, that's it for my test hands video. I hope you like it, guys. And if you have recommendations for other videos or decks you want to see, or more combos, or also have tips how you can make this deck even better, just write it down in the comments. And see you guys, and stay tuned for more videos.